Finally, I would like to show you how the change process works with a requirement in Windchill. Before we can create a change, it's recommended that you modify the Windchill workflows to support doors change proposals. You do this by editing the out-of-the-box or enterprise change processes. Click the edit button. I selected the problem report workflow type. Now what we need to do is create an assigned activity. Place the assigned activity on the canvas and we edit it. We'll call this activity Manage Doors CPs. And we change the activity type to Manage Doors Change Proposals. We click OK. Now we need to incorporate it into the routing. So we'll set it after the submit date before it goes to the analyze. We'll save that problem report. We'll close it and we'll check it in. Now when we create a problem report, the first assignment activity we'll get is the Manage Doors Change Proposals. So we're going to create a problem report. Give it a name. Next, there is no affected end items, but we see that our selected affected data is UR 507, the item that we identified. If we wanted to add additional requirements, we could click Add Affected Data or paste it from the clipboard. We'll just leave this one requirement on here for now, and we'll click Finish. And we will say Submit Now. Now we will go look at our Windchill assignments. We should have a Windchill assignment that tells us to manage door CPs. And there it is. Manage door CPs. So we'll click on that. It instructs us to create a door CP. If we scroll down to the bottom, we can see the requirement that we need to modify. If there were more than one, you would see them in this list. We click Create Doors Change Proposal. This launches the wizard to create the doors change proposal. We have the same change types that doors does: modification, insertion, deletion. For this example, choose modification. And we're simply going to modify the proposed heading. We'll change that to test heading for demo. The reason for the change is by default the Windchill change name and number. And we will say we are using object text. Now we need to browse for a file. We expect for you to give us rich text format, RTF files. Any major word processing application today will produce RTF format. This is the native format that doors requirements are stored. So finally we'll hit Finish, and this will go off and create the CP. Now we can see the data has been published and synchronized with Windchill. My introduction was the data that was contained in the RTF file that we provided. We can also see that we received the CP ID, so if we were to go to doors, that's how we could track it down. So before we can actually apply a change in doors, we actually have to change the status of the CP. Imagine that we went through the whole workflow process for a change proposal, from a problem report to a change request to a change order to a change notice. Now we're at the change notice stage. We would have to set the status to approved. Leave everything else the same. Click Finish. Once the doors administrator knows that the change has been approved, that's his cue to go and apply the change to the doors module. So now we'll go back into doors. First we'll log into doors. Then we'll navigate to the new car URD module. Once we arrive there, we can go to Tools, Change Proposal System, Open CP Partner. Here we can see that our modification is here. We can also see that there's an external link back to the problem report that created the CP. We'll view that in a second. So now we can go to Tools, Change Proposal System, Apply Ungrouped, and we will select Apply Current, and we will hit Close. If we go back to the module, we can see that my introduction was introduced, and that was the text that we provided along with for demo. So the change proposal was successfully applied. Now we'll view the external link. We click on the sample problem report, number 21. We'll log back into Windchill. Here we can see the related changes. This concludes our demonstration. We trust that this video series has helped you visualize how we can satisfy your traceability needs.